Hello guys, good day everyone. This is the Creators Lodge and you are welcome to my YouTube channel. Alright, if this is your first time coming across my channel, please do well to like this video, do well to subscribe, and also don't forget to turn on the notification button because you are going to be getting amazing videos, amazing videos. Alright guys, so in today's episode of smartphone design, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do this design in the Pixellab application. All right, this you don't need PicsArt for this. All right, this is purely Pixellab and a touch of Adobe Lightroom. Okay, so the idea behind this is when you look at the skating shoe, you're going to see that the shoe looks like it's coming from, it's coming out of somewhere and it's trying to ply on the road. All right, so that's the idea behind this. All right, and everything you see here is created from, in the Pixellab application. All right, so I'm just going to be showing you guys how to create this amazing design. All right, let's go to Pixellab application. All right guys, so for this design, this is the background I used. I'm just going to show you guys it's a gradient background. I'm just going to show you guys the color code. For the first color, this is the color code. All right, so 7D3000. all right, that's the first color code. For this color code, this is it, 4C0F02. okay, so that's what you just use, and it's a square shape design. So I've just created this. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create my shape like this, and I'm just going to draw this down a little bit like this. I'm going to mark this like this. All right, so you are not touching anything, just draw and mark. And I'm going to create another shape. All right, but I'm going to change this shape to oval. All right, so I clicked an oval shape and I mark it. The reason why you can't see it is because the both shapes, they are white. So I'm just going to move the oval shape up. All right, so I'm going to move the oval shape up like this. I'm going to edit this also. I'm going to edit this. It looks too long, so let's edit a little and let's bring down this way. All right, so you bring down until you see that the oval shape and the rectangle shape are now aligned. But please ensure that there's no the background is not showing. Now you can see that it's aligned, it's looking like a house. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to merge these two shapes together. I'm just going to merge these two shapes together, and yeah, I have something like this. But before we merge this shape, let's go back. I'll still need to reduce this shape, it's too long. So let me just reduce it this way again. Let's see. So let me bring down, it's too long, that's why I'm trying to reduce again. All right, so let's bring it down again. Let's bring it down. Okay, let's have something like this and let's merge. Okay, so if it's too big, we're just going to reduce the size. So we have merged and we have this. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add texture inside of this. All right, so let me click on my texture. All right guys, so this is what I'll be using for my texture. I'm just going to make this way like this. I'm going to zoom down like this. Yeah, I have something like this, and I'll just click this. All right, so I'll click on texture. The texture is actually duplicating itself, so I'm just going to increase this way, and that is all. And I have this. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on shape. All right, I'm going to click on shape, and I'm just going to have this shape like this. I'm going to have something like this. I'm going to mark this. I'm going to change this to black color. All right, change it to black color, and then I'm going to work on my 3D rotate. Click on 3D rotate and start working on 3D rotate like this. All right, so that you can have something like this. All right, so we are trying to create the pathway, which is the road. Remember I said I created everything from the Pixellab application, so we're trying to achieve that right about now. All right, so I'm just going to have this like this. Now just try and make sure that your road is kind of a little bit aligned with something like this. So let's lock these layers and let's have it like this. Now the next thing we're going to do, we're still going to work on the road. The road is not that perfect, so I'll still need to work on the road, increase the size again, until something like this. So I'm going to move up like this. So I have something like this. I'm going to lock this layer. Now let's bring in the skating shoe. All right guys, so this is the skating shoe. I'm going to be sending the skating shoe with background. I have actually removed this background, so I'm going to be sending in the Google Drive to download the resource file. I'm going to be making sure that the one with the background is what I have. Okay. What I want us to do now, I want us to make this layer invisible first. I'm going to place this here, and I want us to create a realistic shadow. All right, so I'm going to click on my draw tool, increase my smoothness, increase my pen a little, and draw something like this. Try to make it straight. This is not straight. Okay, so I'll just have something like this. Let's increase this size this way. Let's have something like this. So let's reduce the opacity, increase the enable the shadow. So let's take the shadow to back behind the shoe. All right. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create a realistic shadow beneath this skating shoe. Okay, so that's what I'm doing, so don't get confused. Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to achieve. Yeah, so I just have something like this. Yeah, so you can see there's a realistic shadow, and if the opacity is too much, you can decide to reduce the opacity as you want it to be. All right, now the next thing I'm going to increase, this shoe is too dark, so I'm going to click on my color filter, and I'm going to increase the brightness, and I'm going to increase the contrast. All right, so you can see what I'm doing. You increase the brightness a little bit, and then you increase the contrast. All right, so you have something like this. Now let's enable the opacity of our road. Yeah, so let's enable the opacity of our road. So you can see I'm not really making use of the original of this design. Let's see. So this is the opacity for the road. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a shadow inside of this R shape, and it's inner shadow. So I'll just click inner shadow, but now I'm going to move, not offset Y, I'm going to move offset X this way, like this, like 16, and I'm going to increase the blur like this. All right, and I can reduce the opacity also to something like this. Let's see. Okay, it's too small. Let's reduce the opacity to something about, yeah, so I have something like this. So yeah, so you can see, just to create that realistic feel, that's the essence of this. Now I'm going to write the text, and I'm going to write skate. All right, skate, and I'll be using a font. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to click on the font, and the font I used is, I'm going to show you guys the font. I've not used it in any of my tutorial before, but I'll be revealing it. Go Bold Light, that's the name of the font. Go Bold. All right, so I'm going to click on Go Bold Light. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on color, add icon, make this color transparent. I'm going to move this here. I'm going to click OK, so you can't see the color because now it's transparent. I'm going to click on stroke, enable stroke, and make my stroke white, and make my stroke just one, so I have something like this. Now I'm going to just centralize this way. Let's see the size of this text. Yeah, 203, that's okay. So I'm going to centralize this way, so you have something like this. All right, now I can copy this again, and I'm just going to write speed up. All right, so I just want to write speed up, but now I'm going to enable the color of this. All right, I'm going to make it white, and I'm going to disable the stroke. I don't want the stroke. I'm just going to disable the stroke. Now, having written this, I'm going to change the typeface. I'm going to change it, go bold, but I'm going to make use of go bold. Let's see. I think go bold. Yeah, so I'm going to make use of this. Okay, go bold. Let's see. And I'm going to click on my 3D. All right, click on my 3D and just rotate this way. I'm just going to flip this way to about let's see, 77. All right, so we have something like this, and then I'm centralizing this. Let's see, let's centralize this. So I'll place this here. All right, place this here, but make sure it's not at the top of the shoe. I want to place it such that the shadow, let's take it behind the shoe. Let's take it behind the shadow and see. So can you see I'm placing it behind the shadow, so that the reflection of the shadow will be on it, so that it's going to look more realistic. That's the essence. If I place the speed up the text on top of everything, it's not going to look realistic. So I'm placing it beneath the shadow, the realistic shadow we created. All right, so that it will look even more realistic. All right, so we have speed up, and I've centralized the speed up. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to create a shape like this, just a normal rectangle shape. You manipulate it this way, reduce the size to something like this. You mark this, and then you click on 3D rotate. This 3D rotate X axis, the essence is to make it just rotate it on the x-axis. So that's why I'm using it. Now, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to achieve, if you're familiar with road, all right, road, you will notice that on the road there's always this, this white sign on the road. So that's what we're trying to create here by doing this. All right, that's what we're trying to create. Can reduce the size again to something like this. Okay, so that's what we're trying to create. Yeah, so let's leave it by 3 push. So we centralize this, bring this down, and then we push it up by 3. Okay, so we copy again and we centralize this way, bring it down, bring it this way, and then push up by 3. Okay, yeah, so I copy again. So that's what you just do. So guys, you can see that it's not having too much work. You can see it's not having too much work, but it's cool. It's a cool design. All right, it's a cool design. Now let's bring it down again. I'll just bring this down. I just move this by 3 and move this by 3. So I have something like this and it's aligned. Now can you see that we are cool with this? And this is just it. This is all you need to do, and you are cool with this design. This is all you need to do. So the meaning of to explain this design, so you can see that this this skating shoe is coming out from somewhere entirely, somewhere different. All right, this bright place is coming out from this place and it's coming on the road. All right, so now the last thing I'll be doing is to just add as usual, my little announcement in the Adobe Lightroom. Now the announcement I'll be using in Adobe Lightroom will give this design the rough texture, and it will also give this ground the rough texture that the road usually have, a realistic road. All right, so you just save this as image, save this as project, and we fire on in Adobe Lightroom. All right guys, so this is the Adobe Lightroom. I'm just going to pick my preset. All right, the preset I'll be using. I'm just going to pick the preset. That's just what I'll be doing in Adobe Lightroom. Let me get the presets. All right, yeah, so this is the preset, detail eye sharpen. That's what I named the preset as. So I'm going to save this. All right, I'm going to save this copy to my device, and I'm going to send this to my WhatsApp, and I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. All right, yeah, so let's check it out. All right guys, so this is my WhatsApp. I'm just going to be picking the design so you can see the design guys, and I'm going to change it to HD. All right, so that the quality can come out better. So you can see guys, you can see the quality looks awesome. You can see the quality looks amazing. So with this, you are good to go, and you can decide to do any other stunt you want to do. You can decide to freestyle on any on the design. You can decide to add your spice, whatever you want to add. But for me, I'm just cool with this, and I am good to go. You can see the gray style. All right, so I'm just cool, and that is all for this design. All right guys, thank you very much for watching till the end of this tutorial. I hope you learned something new today, and I hope the tutorial was helpful. See you guys in my next video.